I'm starting. Welcome to another Playhouse chat. Back in the Playhouse. It's absolutely a tempest out there.
Yeah, it's
We've just come to a thunderstorm at the back end of Storm Debbie. So it's best day.
Who draws up these names?
Don't know, mess up.
Mess yeah.
So we've had some storms this year.
Okay.
It's the middle of November.
14th
Yeah,
today.
and we thought we'll do a chat because we haven't done a chat for a while. So it's we'll just start doing a chat.
Okay,
But there'll be a bit of a review in this as well.
Yeah. Well,
So-
we're gonna review a couple of things, aren't we? Because we're going to review the Book of Will that just finished on Saturday.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely brilliant, and also the surprise element, which is
What's that?
the First Folio. That's actually here.
Yeah. By the time you watch this, by the way, it's all gone. It's finished. I think the folio exhibition finished on Saturday, did they?
Did the exhibition finish on
I
Saturday?
think it did. But yeah, I think it did.
It's not still on.
No,
It's something we haven't checked anyway.
yeah, and I think the Book of Will finished last Saturday.
So we'll think that we're a week back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have been doing this last week, by the
week.
way, but
Yeah.
we got sidetracked with life. Life took over.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on the Book of Will? On the performance?
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, we went to see it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? When it
Yeah.
was just getting into its own.
The Book of Will was brilliant, and it was kind of like it was a bit of writing, really, creative writing about the people who actually published the first folio and how that came into being. And without that first folio, Shakespeare's first folio, we wouldn't be celebrating him today.
Well, no,
A lot of them plays would have been lost to us.
there's 36
history.
plays that were put into the First Folio.
Yep.
Yeah,
So a lot of them would have been lost to us, and we wouldn't be sitting here today without that first folio. It's there's only about 50 copies of them left, isn't there?
well, there's actually when they printed them
Yeah.
in 1623, obviously they printed 750, and
Oh, right.
they would sell them as £1 for a bound copy.
£1?
Yeah, which was equivalent to 44 loaves.
Can't get much for £1 these days.
And
can
if you wanted an unbound copy, they would sell them for 15 shillings.
15 shillings?
Yeah.
By Jove.
But today,
That's positively
they're
Shakespearean.
unknown. I mean, because there's only actually 56 copies that are complete. A lot of the copies that remain, which are 235 of them in the world,
Right.
they're not complete. They've got either pages missing or parts of plays missing.
Oh, right.
But there are actually 56 full, complete First Folio copies.
Oh, right.
And 3 of them are at the Birthplace Trust, Shakespeare. They look after 3. One was on loan here from the British Library, wasn't it?
Yeah.
British Library have got
Absolutely.
5, but they've only got 1 complete copy.
Oh, have they?
Yeah,
The one they lent us?
yeah, the one that came
Really?
from Prescot, yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
But having said that, the rest of them are scattered throughout the world. 50 of them are actually owned here in the UK.
In the UK?
Yeah. And they make up the complete copies that we've just talked about.
They're the best
And
copies are here.
The uncompleted copies. And out of all that, 56 complete. But some are in private collections
Yeah.
across the globe. But there's 149 in the USA, and there are still 50 copies still in the UK and 36 scattered around the rest of the globe.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Though, to think out of 750 that were printed, 235 still are in existence. There are only 56 are fully complete.
We had one here in Prescot,
Yeah,
which is kind of like history in the making.
Yeah, that's really nice to think that
To have it here in
No.
Prescot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Whilst we came to the theatre last week, we'll get back onto the Book of Will,
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah, yeah.
in a minute. But I'd just like to say we were here for this
Oh, yeah, on the 9th
Right.
of November.
That's the supporters thing, Spark Joy, which for everybody who becomes a friend of the theatre, and it starts from a friend or patron starts from £40 a year. Now, £40 a year is not a lot to pay, because the benefits of this are incredible. Oh, by the way, we're not sponsored by the Shakespeare North, by the way.
No.
We are independent. But we do like the theatre and we do like the Shakespeare North. So,
And we love the architecture, don't we?
and we like to support it. Now, for £40 a year, well, you can get tickets from £3 a go, priority booking, which is
Don't tell everyone.
it just pays for itself, plus 10% off in the cafe
Yeah.
and
So that's
gift shop.
good. And gift shop, yeah.
It pays for itself over the year, and it's a great way to support the theatre. And that's why we support it, is not just because it pays for itself, but because it's a great thing. It's a great asset to Prescot. This is one of the very few Arts Council portfolio buildings in the country, which is co-funded by the Arts Council of Great Britain, of England, and rightly so as well. It should be co-funded, because it's it's an asset to the Northwest.
Oh, God, most definitely.
It's that asset to Prescot,
Yeah,
and it's a catalyst for
But not just
redevelopment.
I mean, it's here, but it brings people in from all over, doesn't it? You know,
It does.
it's starting to, it's beginning to, you know, to think it's only, what is it now? It's only nearly 16 months old.
Yeah,
Yeah, opened last July.
it's a 16-month baby.
Baby first birthday.
So it's it is. We'll support it anyway. Anyway, back to the Book of Will. It's about the publishing of the first folio. It's a great bit of writing, by the way.
It is.
It goes on I think it goes on a European tour.
Yeah.
It was a European premiere here at the Shakespeare North.
Yes.
And the acting was absolutely superb.
It was excellent, wasn't it?
The guy who played Ben Jonson,
Oh, he was absolutely brilliant.
Shakespeare's mate,
He was spot on, wasn't he?
apparently drinking partner and sparring partner and every other kind of partner.
And very theatrical.
And he was brilliant. I loved that guy.
Yeah.
I loved his acting as well. And there was
It was quite emotional at times as well, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was so well
Really
done.
good.
And
And I loved the fact that it was in the cockpit.
full of humour.
In the round.
Yeah,
That
it's in the
made
round.
so much more authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely for that.
Yeah, it was full of humour.
Yeah,
It was our kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
There was one thing.
Oh, go on.
Go on.
Don't
Oh,
come
you
to me.
you mention it. It was the boogie woogie bit. I don't know what it is, but they seem to fit in a boogie woogie bit or a musical scene into all of these plays, and they did it with Macbeth. They had this karaoke scene in Macbeth, which was really kind of weird. You know, Macbeth is such a bloodthirsty play. You fit a karaoke bit in that.
Maybe it was to temper the ambience of the room.
I don't know. It's becoming like a trademark, a theatre trademark at Shakespeare North, which is I don't know whether I can get my head around it, to be honest. But we keep looking out for them now. These musical numbers, you know. Anyway, apart from that,
back to the play.
yeah, the play. It was a great play. Do you think?
Fabulous acting.
Any
Loved them.
standout?
Absolutely loved them. I think they all, as you say, Ben Johnson's character role was fascinating.
I'll put the
Loved
name
it.
up who played them, by the way.
And who was it? John Grenville, was it?
Was it?
John Grenville and played John Grenville, and who was the other guy's name? The two that were very pioneering in wanting to get this folio to print.
Yeah.
I thought their character roles were really good.
Yeah.
And I just
Gone
loved the whole thing.
Mm.
It's really nice.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the lights have just gone out.
Again.
Anyway, so It was great.
Yeah.
Anything more to say about it? The writing was good, by the way. The writer, I'll put the writer's name up because I think she deserves the credit.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
And they got a standing ovation.
they did.
Yeah. It's really nice.
We stood up. We were first to
stood
stand
right
up.
up. Yeah.
We stood right up.
Yeah.
So
But I just think it really got that message across, didn't it? About the rescuing of these really important plays. Like you said just earlier, that if they hadn't have done that, and they risked a lot to do it, and they didn't know whether it was going to work, and they didn't know whether people would want them, but they put the heart into it, and they got them to print.
they did,
Yeah,
and we're so much culturally richer because of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's that on that one. Shall we give it a rating? Book of Will.
The Book of Will, I loved it. I'd give it 10.
Oh,
Seriously, I really loved it. I love how they conveyed the characters. I love the human emotion they went through and trying to get this quest,
yeah.
which what it was to print. And
It was a great story.
It's like all of us, isn't it? You have to have self-belief and you have to see it through.
Yeah.
And really go for it.
And it was kind of an untold story, wasn't it?
An untold story of history, which is now so ingrained in our present day.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll say 10 as well because I'll give it a whimsical 10.
What's a whimsical 10?
Just because of the musical scene, they just interjected needlessly by thought.
But I mean, you
they didn't need to do that because it was so well performed and directed and written that you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But they did. But I'll still give it a 10 anyway.
I think you've got to say that it was a superb production, and it only just finished on Saturday, didn't it? The 11th. So I thought it was. The Guardian gave it a rating as a generous house of poverty. I think it was brilliant because it touched all the emotions of loss and bereavement and joy and happiness and fear and everything about getting this into actually getting this into production and print.
Yeah, it was great. And if you didn't see it, well, you've missed out. I'm sorry because it's not here anymore. But there's some great things coming up, aren't there, Kath?
Oh yeah,
see what I did there? That link. So let's talk about the future. What's going on? What's happening?
Wind in the Willows
For Christmas.
And there's a lovely advert on the front screen here in the foyer now.
The animation.
The animation is really nice.
Yeah, this bit. This bit is animated. This frog and badger and toad and mole.
Ratty and mole, badger. Yeah.
All of that.
It looks really good.
Yeah, you save 20% if you book your family in, which is great.
We've got our tickets already. Haven't we?
Great Christmas show.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm really looking forward to
One of Ken Dodd's favourites, apparently.
Favourite book? It's mine as well.
Was it? Oh, yeah, you've read it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've read
it
numerous times. Loved it.
We think of these things as children's books, but really they're for everyone.
No, because they look at all the things that go on in life.
Yeah, it's all
read it.
Yeah. A good children's book is a good moral tale of morality and drama and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing for Christmas.
It's lovely. And aren't we going to see Richard My Richard?
Richard My Richard
in
comes up
February.
I think it's in February that we go and see it. It's basically it's about the story of what's her name? Jessica Phillips, is it? Forgotten her name.
Yeah, it was
the person who discovered the body of Richard III under the car park
in
Leicester.
Yeah.
So it's
Who'd have believed that?
That story. Of course, the links are to Shakespeare Richard III, the play. Who in that play, Richard III was demonised as a great child killer and
all sorts,
hunchback and stuff. But I'm looking forward to that. That's a new piece of writing again. And so it goes on and on. The winter time, of course, is the most important time for the theatre because this is the time.
Yeah, this is
that they people start going to the theatre with the long dark nights, and they need things
they want to
cheer them up and
exactly
stuff. So
performances more, and
it's a main period for theatrical performances,
isn't it, and stuff like that.
Someone did message me on Facebook actually, say, what credentials do you have to review the theatre?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
It's the performances. We go to see them.
I know, but what's our credentials?
Do you have to have any?
Well, we have got them.
Yeah, we have actually. Yeah.
I set up the HADS. I set up HADS in 1980. Heightened Amateur Dramatic Society.
Yeah.
When I worked with Knowsley Council, I set that up. And I don't know if it's still going, actually.
Maybe.
Amateur Dramatic Society, but we've got lots of links to the theatre. We've done set designs, we've done backdrops,
we've done
costumes,
and we've also
theatre.
But we've also been involved with the National Theatre in the RSC.
We have.
Professionally
in our work, we've actually appeared at the National Theatre. We've appeared at the RSC.
Yeah, in
Shakespeare's Birthplace Trust, and various other places.
Yeah, so that might be enough credentials.
We've got a lifelong interest in the theatre.
Who's got a love of theatre and an understanding of what they're watching, and viewing, or are learning. I've got. They can go and do a review on any performance they wish.
Of course, reviews are just ordinary people doing.
That's it.
Telling us what they think.
Yeah.
So,
and without public feedback, you don't know what your performance levels will be, and
this is true.
How well. I mean, when you think about it, the audience is the main thing that makes a performance a success or a failure. Yeah. So
absolutely.
You have to trust that audience.
Yeah.
And that's what performers want. It's that their audience are engaging and they're really enjoying what they're doing.
That's right. Also, I used to be a performer. A thespian
and a poet.
I started my career as a stand-up poet, and I was in a band, new wave band, in the 1980s, and I've been performing in life ever since, because all the world's a stage, and each must play his part.
Yeah, but some players are better than others.
Catherine has been painting scenery at the Kirby Suite. On top of ladders and stuff.
Yeah, up ladders. Yeah.
So you've done all that and all this theatrical stuff. So
I made costumes.
We've got plenty of experience in the theatres. We know what we're talking about.
And we've also done a lot of extra work, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. A lot of extra work. Yeah, what people don't know about.
Our timely experience.
We haven't. We don't promote that side of our existence on this planet.
Jacqueline Dupree was one.
Jacqueline Dupree. Mauer.
Industrial Revolutionist,
what else was it?
George Best
story. We did that.
Gosh, we've done so many.
We've done loads. So
there's quite a few.
Yeah, so we've done lots of stuff like that. We know the ins and outs of the theatre.
But I hope that
Yeah. Also, on another note,
thing on a level playing field.
Yeah, so we do. We enjoy
and we love the theatre, and we love performances, and we also do work directly with performers now. Performers now.
Yeah, we travel the country doing it's a kind of performance art that we actually do for a living. We make our living in performance art. On another note, I also got called a racist, Cat.
When?
Again.
Oh yes, by someone. Yeah.
I got called a racist.
Is that because of language?
Oh yeah.
Of promoting the Lancastrian accent?
Yeah, being my Lancastrian heritage and knowing the history of Prescot and how it's, within the short space of one lifetime, the language has changed.
Yeah.
And you very rarely hear a Prescotian accent today.
Shakespeare's plays, the language would not have been typically an English language.
No, but I was called a
southern country
racist, but for even putting videos up concerning that.
I think she was just stupid, wasn't she?
No, this is after that, Kat.
Oh.
This is recent.
Oh no, really?
Oh, yeah. and I got called a racist.
What is wrong with people?
Oh, I've been called a racist half a dozen times now.
Just for promoting the Lancastrian accent?
I get message racist. Oh, you're a racist. You're setting one group up against another and stuff like that. Well, that would only work.
That doesn't fall into that category.
No, if and it's always from Scousers, by the way.
Yeah.
That would only work if Scousers or people from Liverpool or with a Liverpool accent considered themselves to be of a different race.
Exactly. So maybe they should look inwardly at themselves.
It reminds me of the old days, when we were Anglo-Saxons, and Anglo-Saxon tribe in one district was set themselves against another Anglo-Saxon tribes. They're all Anglo-Saxons, by the way, but they elevate their differences.
Yeah.
It's tribalism, and it's not racism, it's tribalism. And these people who are sensitive about language don't know why. Come to the Shakespeare North, because you'll hear all kinds of languages here.
We'll do a talk about the language of Shakespeare here.
Oh yeah, the West Country talking of aye.
That's how they would
how Shakespeare used to talk, and it's nonsense.
I personally don't consider Prescot as part of Liverpool at all. And
well, it's not. It's culturally different.
And
it's always been
I'm
culturally
actually
different.
bred in Liverpool, and I do find my own kind, shall we say, a little bit tribal, a little bit too tribal. Yeah.
And whenever anyone picks me up about
Prescot
my accent,
is authentically Lancastrian.
Yeah, but they pick me up about my accent, and they may know I've got a Liverpool twang, but that becomes from 40 years of living and working in Liverpool. So when I was a young boy, I was very much Lancastrian.
Would have been much broader then. Your pronunciations would have been broader.
Yeah, so your accents change all the time. And it's got nothing to do with racism. That's nonsense.
I think people,
first of all, you've got to understand what racism is. And I call these people out, every time someone puts... No, they're all different.
Yeah.
Different people. There's only a small number of people, by the way. It's not massive people. It's not as...
keyboard warriors.
Yeah, and I call them out and say, well, come and meet us. And come and talk to me. If you've got the courage of your own convictions, come here and talk to me about what you think I'm doing wrong. And how racist I am.
Anyway, back to...
You call them out and they don't do anything.
Back to the Book of Will and the First Folio. I was reading an interesting fact today that one of the completed folios was actually sold in Christie's in New York for $8.4 million.
No.
Yeah. And you know where it went?
Was it go?
It went to...
Go to Prescot.
No, it went to the Mills College in Oakland in California. And that's the oldest, one of the oldest, I think it's something like 1856, but it's the oldest graduate women's college.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's a real accolade for
They
them.
must be getting a lot of money in.
So $8.4 million it sold for at Christie in New York, and that's equivalent to about £6.46. £6.46 million
That's
in our
brilliant,
bill.
isn't it?
So wow, what an amount.
So that's how much the one in Prescott would have been worth. I'm surprised there weren't armed guards.
Yeah, but in Christie's, if it's selling, they're gonna go to the highest bidder, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's $8.4 million. Wow.
You wonder about the security, someone breaking in here and taking that. Anyway,
so there you go.
Yeah.
So let's keep our Playhouse chat here and review on a positive note.
Yeah.
And exclude
Yeah.
people who really don't know what they're talking about.
That's right. I might edit that out, by the way.
No, I'd leave it in.
Yeah, I would. So, okay. Thanks for watching. What I'd like to give a plea is that you all of you who watch this and may not be subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to it, because by subscribing to it, you're helping us monetize the channel, because the channel's not monetized, by the way. We don't make any money out of this. So if you can subscribe to our channel and ring the notification button,
subscribe and like.
Subscribe,
click the notifications
notification button, and watch the videos. We will be well on the way to monetizing the channel, which will help us produce more of these lovely videos, history videos and Playhouse chat videos, whatever takes.
And it'll pay for our tickets to go and see more wonderful plays, and review them.
Help us out a bit. Come on, governor. Oh, we hold our hands out, don't we?
Okay. Are we winding up?
So thanks for that. Yeah, share and like, blah, blah, blah. And we'll see you again in the next Playhouse chat or review, whichever's the nearest.
The King's Castle or the Queen's Palace?
That's right. Happy Christmas.
And you.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.